Alright, I am so excited for this video today because I am going to be showing you step by step exactly why women are not happy unless they are chasing these three things from a man. On top of that, I'm also very happy because today we just crossed 1,300 members inside of our community, and I'm helping these guys learn, understand, and master the language of women, and I also think you should join us too. So after today's video, be sure to do that. With that said, let's dive into the video. So women are not happy unless they're chasing these three things from a man. So what would these three things be? Okay, I'm going to show you. Number one, okay, the first thing we have to really understand at a deep level is they want to be chasing you. Let's say that one more time. They want to be chasing you, okay? Now this means a lot of different things, so I'm going to show you why. The first thing that a man has to understand when you start dating more, the first thing you really have to see, or that you have to start to come to terms with, is that women will plot and plan and set up situations so they indirectly can leave clues that she likes you. Think about that for a second. Plot, plan, and set up situations so they indirectly can leave clues that she likes you. Well, what does that mean? That means she wants to get you to pursue her, okay? She does not want to overtly say that she likes you, but the way that she starts to chase you is by setting up situations that are indirect. It's like leaving clues, okay? So, this is how she wants it, or hypergamy will never be satisfied. Okay, so this is why you have to understand this, okay? I drew out this diagram. So this is why pursuing a woman typically doesn't work. Like, I'll show you why down here when I say there's 0 point really in pursuing a woman for a date or for a relationship, but you'll see what I mean. This is the typical situation. Here's you, okay? And here's the woman that you want to date with. So this is you trying to get to her or talk to her or see her or go out on a date with her. And see, you're looking at her. You're going in this direction to try to get closer to her to see what she's doing. Meanwhile, she has eyes for this man over here. And this is the guy who she's actually into. So while you're pursuing her, she's actually pursuing this guy. Okay? And this is how it works, or this is how it operates. So typically, like, even if this guy can, like, get a date with her, or let's say he is able to get a few dates or things are going good, she still is going to want who she wants. So she still is going to have eyes for this guy over here. And he might not even know about her, or he might not even really see her clues that she's dropping yet, but this is the guy that she actually wants. Okay, so this right here, this is the sweet spot where hypergamy is satisfied. Your job is to set yourself up as this type of guy right here that she actively has eyes for. Okay, I'm glad we discussed this. So if you can understand this diagram, now you're going to see that there is 0 point in pursuing a woman that you have interest in, because the fact that you're the one doing the pursuing in the first place puts you in the lower status position. Okay? So even if this guy is, let's say, physically more attractive than this guy, the fact that he wants her, and the fact that this guy doesn't even know that she exists, or the fact that this guy doesn't even know that she has interest in him, that puts him at a higher status position. So she wants the guy that she wants. This is what you have to come to terms with. She is going to want the guy that she wants no matter what. There's nothing you can do to change that. There's no amount of dates you can take her on to change that. Like, she is going to just naturally have desire for the guy that she wants. You are either in this category right here or you're not. Okay? So she wants the guy that she wants, or she wants the guy who isn't even thinking about her. So keep this in mind. What I want you to do is spend majority of all of your time, okay? Spend your time making yourself worthy of being pursued. Make sure that you're this dude over here, okay? So this is why they want to be chasing you. It satisfies hypergamy, it puts you at the better position, and it makes her value the time and the attention that she gets from you in the first place. Now that we got that out of the way, let's look at the second thing that they want to be chasing. The second thing that they want to be chasing is your approval. So in order to know how this works, what we have to first do is we have to actually look at what approval means. Okay, so how does a woman gain your approval in the first place? There's a variety of ways, but it typically will fall into these three categories, okay? So the first way is with your time, okay? So the time that you give her during that relationship or during that interaction, here's what you have to understand. Any time that you give anyone, not just in your dating life, but friends, family members, anybody, any time that you give anyone is attention that they now have from you that you can never get back. You will never get those minutes, seconds, or hours back ever. So make sure that you spend them very wisely, okay? The more time you give her, the more approval you're actually signaling that you're giving to her as well. So keep this in mind. Number two, the second way that women will gain your approval or try to gain your approval, you have to understand the difference between real life time and attention that you're giving versus mental bandwidth. Okay, so here's what I mean. Real life equals spending time together, but mental bandwidth, okay, this is how she can work into your subconscious to get you to think about her. This is much more powerful because now this is you actually growing feelings. So real life equals spending time together, but you see mental bandwidth equals all of the little things. It's your text messages, okay? It's your calls on your phone. It's going to be you planning dates or thinking of different things that you two can do together, okay? How much she worked into your subconscious is going to determine how much feelings you have for her. So to bring my second point to the conclusion, what I want you to understand is this. Women want to work their way into your subconscious. The more she can gain leverage over your mind and your subconscious, the more feelings you grow for her. Now she can slowly make you weaker and weaker and fall in love by the day. Keep this in mind. Now, number three, okay? The third way that women want to chase your approval is you validating her. Oh, I really like you. Oh, I want to see you. Oh, I love how you make me feel. Any form of compliments. Okay, you validating her or admitting feelings. Here's what you're going to notice. This is the worst of all three of these. This is the worst one of all because she'll pull away, and what you're really going to find is women actually don't want you to love them. The second that you're fully in love with her is the second that she no longer respects you, and she really doesn't respect the time that she had with you. So keep this in mind, okay? Now, the third thing that women want to chase from a man, this is very important as well, is his investment level. You see, if you're spending time with a woman just to hang out or just to go on some dates, and let's say you guys like each other, you get along, but you're not invested, she can feel that, okay? Women want to feel your investment level, but the thing is when they feel it, they start to doubt your value. So keep this in mind. The third thing that they want to chase from a man is his investment level. And keep this in mind. When I talk about investment level, I'm mainly talking about his emotional investment level for her, okay? So here's how I kind of describe this. Most men self-sacrifice their time to make her existence better day to day. If a man enters into a relationship, maybe he'll start working harder, he'll start planning for their future, all of these things. Men will self-sacrifice their time and their energy to create a better existence, and a lot of times it's for her. Women a lot of times operate opposite. What you're going to see is hypergamy is more so focused on her benefit of her survival. So what that means is most women are about self-preserving their energy and their time towards you so it can better serve them. Let's say this one more time. Self-preserving their energy and their time towards you, meaning not giving it to you, so it can better serve them. Okay? So, your investment emotionally, financially, time, energy, money, anything equals one thing. Keep this in mind. If you're investing into a woman, your investment emotionally, financially, any time that you give her, any amount of energy that you give her, any money that you're investing into the relationship really just equals this one thing. It equals, hey, I really care about you. That's what you are signaling subconsciously. You are subconsciously signaling, hey, I really care about you. Now what you're going to notice is the more you care about a woman, the more she doubts your value and the more she just doesn't like you. Okay? So I think a lot of men really come to this conclusion as they start to see their relationships fail. The reason why their relationships fail is because logically it makes sense, okay? Logically it makes sense. Hey, the more I invest into someone or something, typically I get a return from that and the relationship grows stronger. This could not be further from the truth. Since relationships are based on emotion and women want to feel a wide array of emotions, a lot of times when she's constantly watching you only provide a positive emotion, this is a turnoff. And this is what you're going to find true in your own relationships most likely. So keep this in mind, okay? When I talk about they want to chase your investment level, it's a feeling. She wants to feel like you're invested into her, like you really like her, you really care about her. Notice this word I'm using. Most men self-sacrifice their time. She wants to say, hey, look at all this time and energy this guy's sacrificing for our relationship. This is what she wants to chase or what she wants to pursue or what she wants to work for. Keep this in mind. So she wants to see just how far you'll go for her or for the relationship, okay? Now, women are not happy unless they're chasing these things. Keep this in mind. She wants to be chasing you and your time and your approval and your investment level. That's how this all ties together. So what's the secret to this? What's the secret to overcoming this? What's the secret to making your relationship life better? And what's the secret to actually dating? The secret is this. The secret is the second that a woman feels like she fully has you, and the second she feels like she fully has your care and your love and your full investment level, it's over. Let me explain. Pre-selected men who have options are hard to get. They are hard to obtain. They're especially hard to obtain any emotional validation from, okay? These men are hard to get to invest into the relationship, and these are hard to get to even care. These men are hard to even care. Like, they don't care very easily, is what I'm trying to say. This guy doesn't care if he sees her again or not. So here's what you have to understand. I want you to become this guy over here. The guy that she's actually thinking about, not just the guy who's doing the pursuing. So when I talk about this, the conclusion I want you to see is that women either like you or she doesn't. Like, you're either this guy or you're not. I don't care how much, lines you try to use of like, oh, just say this one thing or just do that one thing and now you're this guy. It doesn't work like that. You are either this guy in her mind or you're not. Okay? Everything else, when you start giving more investment, you start giving more approval, you start giving away your feelings and your intentions regarding your relationship that you're really wanting one and all of these things, right? Here's what you have to understand. All of that ruins the mystery. And the mystery is what a woman wants to feel is slowly figuring you out page by page. So keep this in mind. Try to never over communicate. Try to never share a lot of your personal feelings. And never really appear as if you need conversation in fear of losing her. So this last one is very important too. Never feel or appear as if you need conversation in fear of losing her. So a lot of guys, what they do, if they have fear of losing her, what they want is communication reassurance. You want to send that extra text message when you didn't need to. You send 8 words on the text message when 5 would have done the job. You give extra emojis when in actuality you didn't need any. You do all these things to over communicate, and all that happens is you're showing too much certainty, you're raising your interest level towards her, and now she's unattracted to you. So keep this in mind. A lot of this is really just perceived value, and in order to increase your perceived value, you have to just set yourself up as this dude over here, okay? It's not just about, oh, if I become this high status dude, then I'm going to have a bunch of options. It's like, no. Women are looking at how you act, and how you act is going to dictate the amount of investment she wants to start to give you. So keep this in mind. This is why women are not happy unless they are chasing these 3 things from a man. If you like this video, I encourage you to do one thing and one thing only. I encourage you to take this next step further, or I encourage you to take the next step to actually learning, understanding, and mastering the language of women. Which means if you see what I made for you down below, I have a full presentation explaining what that is. Join us inside of that. 1,300 guys have now came together. I'm watching this thing grow all the time. It's been amazing. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.